Have you ever wondered what goes through a top UFC fighter's mind when they get bumped from the main card? You might expect anger, frustration, maybe even a public complaint. But for Beneil Dariush, a veteran of the lightweight division, his reaction was something else entirely. It was a masterclass in perspective, something we can all learn from. So, picture this. UFC 322 is announced, and Beneil Dariush, a man who has consistently fought the best of the best, is slated to fight the tough Benoit Saint Denis on the prelims. The featured prelim, no less. Fans online were not happy. Outrage erupted. How could a fighter of Dariush's caliber, a guy who has been in the title conversation, be put on the undercard, while newer names get the main card spotlight? But what was Dariush's reaction? He just shrugged. Seriously, he told MMA Fighting. I didn't think much about it. He saw the names on the main card. Bo Nickel, a wrestling phenom he greatly admires, and Rodolfo Vieira, a jiu-jitsu legend he looked up to when he was coming up the ranks. In his eyes, it made sense. He recognized their star power and their incredible athletic backgrounds. He got it. This is where it gets really interesting. The UFC, likely hearing the fan backlash, moved Dariush and Saint Denis back onto the main card. And while Dariush appreciated the gesture, he was quick to say he wouldn't have complained if they hadn't. Why? Because for him, it's not about the status symbol. It's not about being in the marquee spot. It boils down to something much more practical. He put it simply, it's not like I get paid more to be on the main card. Think about that. For all the talk of respect and placement, if there's no financial incentive, it just means he fights 30 minutes earlier. That's it. It's a refreshingly honest and grounded take in a sport often driven by ego and perception. If the check at the end of the night is the same, the bout order is just logistics. Now, don't get him wrong. He saw the fans go to bat for him, and he was genuinely grateful. He acknowledged that even though he isn't super active on social media, the fans have always been good to him. He was touched by their support, and he sees his upcoming performance as a way to thank them, to prove them right, and to show everyone why his fight belongs on the main card. His thank you won't be a post online. It'll be what he does inside the octagon. This fight against Benoit Saint Denis comes at a crucial time for Dariush. He recently snapped a 2-fight losing streak with a solid win over Renato Moicano. But before that victory, things were different. He had suffered back-to-back losses to two of the division's monsters, Charles Oliveira and Armand Sir. Those losses didn't just knock him out of immediate title contention. They made him question his entire career. He admitted, I was genuinely considering if I don't have it, I'm going to move on. I'm not going to keep doing this. That's a heavy thought for a fighter who has dedicated his life to this sport. The win against Moicano wasn't just another W on his record. It was proof. Proof that he could face adversity and persevere. It was, in his own words, a perfect fight for him at that moment, reigniting the fire and confirming he still belonged at the top. So, how did this matchup with Saint Denis come about? Well, Dariush wanted to stay active. He didn't want to sit on the sidelines waiting for the perfect opponent, potentially until 2026. He originally had his sights set on Dan Hooker, a fight that stylistically would have been fireworks. But Hooker wasn't available. It turned out he was booked to fight Arman Tsarukyan, and then there was talk of a rematch with Mateusz Gamrot. Dariush had already fought and beaten Gamrot, and the idea of running it back just didn't excite him. He wants to fight the best, but he also wants new challenges. As fate would have it, Gamrot ended up getting a fight with Charles Oliveira anyway, so that matchup was off the table. Finally, the offer came to face Benoit Saint Denis, a lower-ranked opponent, sure, but a dangerous one. Saint Denis is riding a 2-fight win streak himself, and he's known for his aggressive, forward pressure style. For Dariush, it was a simple choice: sit out and wait, or step in there and prove he's still improving. He chose to fight. He chose to stay busy and continue his climb back to the top. He's genuinely stoked for this fight. He sees it as another chance to showcase his evolution as a fighter. He's not just looking for a win. He's looking to make a statement. He wants to kick off the UFC 322 main card in style, and give the fans at Madison Square Garden a show they won't forget. He promises that on November 15th, the world is going to see something special. So, when you watch Beneil Dariush walk to the octagon, remember the journey. Remember the man who questioned his future, only to find renewed purpose. Remember the veteran who cares more about his paycheck and performance than his spot on the poster. And remember the fighter who is deeply grateful for his fans and plans to thank them with his fists and his skill. It's a story of perspective, perseverance, and pure love for the fight. What do you think about Dariush's mindset? Is he right not to care about the main card placement, or is it a bigger deal than he's letting on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy deep dives into the minds of your favorite fighters, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.